Hey everyone, it's Don Miguel here. Welcome to another 5 Questions, 5 Minutes. And today we have an amazing guest, the winner of the Heavyweight Classic, Tyler Stevens, the Big Bad Pretty Boy, aka The Wall. How do you do, good sir?
I'm doing pretty well. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. It's an 8-4 Thursday, so I got nothing to complain about.
Yeah, I'm ready for the night. It's a big fight feel. It's always a big fight feel at WWA 4.
Of course, of course. All right, first question. How'd you get into wrestling?
So I got into wrestling because of my grandpops. He used to like record all the pay-per-views and like Raw's War, WCW Nitro and stuff like that. And we didn't have cable when I was a kid, so we had this giant bag of VHS tapes I would watch. And we had like WCW sold out. We had, you know what I'm saying, a ton of Raw's Wars, had a couple King of the Rings. We had some random New Japan tape where Chris Benoit was still the Pegasus Kid, so I had a lot of good stuff to watch when I was younger, and that just got me into it. I never stopped.
No, I can definitely relate to that. My grandpa's the reason why I'm into wrestling and why I do what I do, so I get that totally. And so now that you are a wrestler, what's your favorite part about being in the business?
So being in the business, the best part for me is the people you get to meet. I've got to spend time with some incredible people. Originally, I was trained by George South and Priest Coleman in the Carolinas, and they have a very rich history in the business, respectively. George, did a lot with WWF, WCW, Jim Crockett Promotions. Caprice obviously did a lot of things with Ring of Honor. Here locally, he did stuff with Wildside in Cornelia. So he's done a lot of things in the business. Now he's still doing stuff for Ring of Honor and AEW. I get to train with guys like AR Fox. So getting to meet people who are incredible at what they do and being able to pick their brains, that's my favorite part of it.
And so, like I said earlier, you did win the Heavyweight Classic. What's up, Ron? You did win the Heavyweight Classic. So what did that moment feel like for you?
For me, it really just vindicates the last year of work that I've been putting in. I've done a lot to transform myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So I've done a lot to work on where I'm at in my life, and I feel like the product shows it every single week. When I get into that ring, I talk like I mean it, and I follow up on what I say with what I do. So for me, it was just kind of an acknowledgement of the work I put in over the last year and the work that I'm still putting in all over the state and all over the country.
And then after you won the Heavyweight Classic, you challenged for the A4 Internet titles. Sadly, that did not go your way. But now that you've won the Classic, you've tried to get the championship. What's next for you?
So what's next for me that's a multifaceted question with a multifaceted answer. So here at the 4, you need to watch today is the 9th, I think, the 10th of August. So, definitely watch tonight and you'll have a pretty good idea of what I've got going on at the 4 here coming up. I'm at places like Action Wrestling with the Good Hand, putting their locker room on notice every single show.
We got Blackjack back on the channel, yes sir. You good?
I'm at places like Southern Fried at the next event. I'm main eventing a Bunkhouse Brawl tag team match, so just trying to stay booked, trying to stay busy. I've got a couple out-of-state debuts coming up in the next couple months. Just trying to keep showing people why I'm bigger, better, and prettier.
I'm glad you're getting booked. You're doing all these matches. It's great to see, especially with the matches that you've put on here. I'm glad other people get to see that everywhere else. And so, last question. If you had to pick a dream opponent for a dream match, who would it be?
So dream opponent, that's a 2-part answer for me. So all time, if I was able to lock up with Harley Race one time, that would have been probably my all-time favorite opponent. As far as guys in the game today, I don't have an answer for just one. I would love to catch Jeff Hardy before he gets out of the game. That was a big hero of mine when I was a kid. Guys like Big Bill. I get a lot of comparisons to Big Bill. I'd love to lock up with him and see who's bigger, who's badder, who's better. You know what I mean? Because that's a big boy. You know what I'm saying? And I like fights like that. So I would love to get to lock up with AR Fox one more time. I got to have a match with him here at the WWA 4 upon my arrival, and a lot has changed since then. So I would love to get to work with him again one day. Maybe on a bigger stage. Who knows?
And so, again, I appreciate you being here on the episode. It means a lot. And as always, if you like this episode, thank you. If you like this episode, please go check out the previous ones. And if you enjoy the wrestlers that you see here, come check out WWA 4 every Thursday for free, action-packed. You do not want to miss it. And as always, see you later.